Let me say something that might sound strange at first. Most people don't quit when life is the hardest. They quit when they are closest to the breakthrough. Wait, let that sink in. Because the truth is, quitting rarely happens at rock bottom. It usually happens right before the climb starts, right when the pressure gets heavy, right when the progress feels slow, right when the mind starts whispering, maybe this just isn't for me. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Success doesn't usually belong to the strongest person. Success belongs to the person who decided to give it one more second, one more minute, one more hour, one more day. Because sometimes the difference between someone who made it and someone who didn't is not talent, it's not luck, it's not even opportunity. Sometimes the only difference is this: one person quit and the other person said just one more. See, the power of one more. Life has a way of testing people, not just once, not just twice, but over and over again. You start something with excitement, a dream, a goal, a vision. You're motivated. You're inspired. You're ready to change your life. But then life does what life always does. It throws obstacles, disappointments, unexpected delays, closed doors. Moments where nothing seems to be working. Moments where the progress you hope for feels invincible. And in those moments, your mind starts asking dangerous questions. Is this worth it? Am I wasting my time? Maybe I should just stop. But what if the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is one more attempt? One more second. Sometimes life doesn't require a huge leap. Sometimes all it asks is for you to hold on for one more second, just one more breath, one more moment. Because when the storm is raging in your mind, seconds matters. Seconds becomes minutes, minutes becomes hours, and before you realize it, the moment that almost broke you passes. You survived it. Not because it was easy, but because you held on for one more second, one more minute. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, when your mind feels crowded, when your emotions feel heavy. And in those moments, people think they need to fix everything immediately. But sometimes you don't need to fix everything. Sometimes all you need to do is say, just give me one more minute. One more minute to breathe. One more minute to calm down. One more minute to think clearly. Because one calm minute can change the direction of an entire day. Give it one more hour. See, there will be days when motivation disappears. Days when you don't feel strong. Days when the dreams feels distant. And the temptation will be to walk away. But what if instead of quitting, you simply gave it one more hour? One more hour of effort, one more hour of studying, one more hour of building, one more hour of trying. Because one focused hour repeated over time creates something powerful. It creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. Give it one more day. See, there will be nights when you go to bed discouraged, feeling like nothing went your way, feeling like you're falling behind, feeling like maybe you're not good enough. But here's what you need to remember. A bad day is not a bad life. A difficult day is not a failed journey. Sometimes the victory is simply waking up the next morning and saying, I'm giving this one more day, one more chance, one more opportunity, one more step forward. Because people who win in life are not people who never have bad days. They are people who refuse to let one bad day define their story. Give it one more month. Growth rarely happens overnight. Progress is usually quiet, slow, unnoticed. You plant seeds today that may not grow for months. And many people quit during that waiting season. They plant the seed and then walk away before the harvest. But the person who wins is the one who says, let me give this one more month of discipline, one more month of consistency, one more month of belief, because the compound effects of small actions over time creates extraordinary results. Give it one more year. Think about where you were 1 year ago. Think about the struggles, the uncertainties, the growth you didn't even realize was happening. Now imagine what could happen if you committed to giving life one more year of effort, one more year of learning, one more year of improving, one more year of refusing to quit. You might be surprised by who you become, because the person you are today is not the final version of you. Give it one more decade. Great lives are not built in weeks, they are built in years, sometimes decades. Think about the people you admire, the leaders, the innovators, the dream builders. Most of them spent years in seasons where no one applauded, years where no one noticed, years where progress was slow, but they kept saying the same thing over and over again. One more try, one more step, one more effort. And over time, those one mores became something powerful. It became a legacy. So you are stronger than you think. There's something you need to hear today. You are stronger than you realize. You've already survived things that once felt impossible. Moments you thought would break you, seasons you thought you couldn't endure, yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward, which means there is more strength inside you than you give yourself credit for. And sometimes that strength only needs one simple instruction. Don't quit yet. Just give it one more. So the difference between winners and quitters, people often ask what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not always intelligence. It's not always talent. Sometimes the biggest difference is persistence. When life says stop, they said one more. When the door closed, they knocked one more time. When the path got difficult, they took one more step. And eventually, the door opened. Eventually, the opportunity came. Eventually, the breakthrough happened. Not because it was guaranteed, but because they refused to quit before it arrived. So if you're listening right now and life feels heavy, if your dream feels distant, if your motivation feels weak, I want you to remember two words: one more. Don't give up today. Give it one more second, one more minute, one more hour, one more day, one more month, one more year, and if necessary, one more decade. Because the moment you refuse to quit, it's the moment your story is still being written. And as long as the story is still being written, victory is still possible. So stand up, take a breath, look life in the eye, and say these words with confidence: I've got one more in me. And sometimes one more is all it takes.